千里之行，始于足下。A journey of 1,000 miles begins beneath the feet. We now gather in the Tao to travel the journey together. Welcome to Tao Talks with Derek Lin, where we take a deep dive into the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. As always, I want to extend my welcome to you. Thank you for joining us. I would like to invite you to center your thoughts and direct your attention to this moment in time, to the here and now, to be fully present and mindfully aware as we are ready ourselves for this sacred process in the Tao with one another. As we have just seen, they realize that the Tao seems empty, like a void. This void contains seemingly nothing except that we can tell it has the unlimited potential of everything, seeking manifestation. Then the ancients also noted you can keep on using the Tao and never fill it up or exhaust it. This they know from personal experience as they live their lives, as they go through one day after another, applying the Tao to life. They quickly realized that this is a metaphysical resource that is unlimited. Then they also note we cannot see a limit to the Tao. Therefore, it must be infinite and unbounded, that there's no boundary, there's no limiting the Tao. And this is, of course, tied to the previous 2 points. So then finally, they noted that everything seems to ultimately trace back to the Tao as the point of origin. So all of this, these conclusions from the ancients, some may regard these as mystical, but then the sages will also make the point that no, it's actually ordinary. It's not special, it's all around us. It is you, it is me, because we all reflect the Tao. Specifically, your mind is a reflection of the creative potential of the Tao at the personal level. We have firsthand experience with this. We know how ideas work in the mind. For any idea, we know there was a time when that idea did not exist. We've all gone through this. If we have a brand new idea today, we know that yesterday we had no clue that this idea would even come up. And at that time, let's just say yesterday, we had no clue what we would dream up. All we had at the time was the potential to manifest some idea someday. Today, with a new idea in the brain, it has taken manifestation. And then if we take action on the idea, the intangible idea may take on tangible reality in the material world. That's how the process works. So when the idea did not exist, where the idea ought to be, the mind seems to be empty of that idea. Furthermore, we all know from firsthand experience that we can continue to use our mind. The more you use it, the better the mind gets. There is no limit to it, because all of your thoughts ultimately trace back to the mind, just like all of creation ultimately trace back to the point of origin that we call the Tao. There's no real limits, there's no finite number as to how many ideas you can dream up. So it is unbounded in that sense. Therefore, you can justifiably regard yourself as a mini engine of creation. No restrictions as to power consumption, no restrictions as to your output. Of course, most of us only use a tiny fraction of this incredible creative energy. That means we can all scale up. We can scale up our utilization of it, scaling up massively if we really want to. So the ideas that you act on, as I mentioned, it will seek the next level of manifestation, which is in physical reality. This can be anything that manifests in the material world. It can be an object, something that you invent, but it can also be something that you create, like a new connection with people, something that you come up with, like a better method of doing something. Now, if you think about this scaling up, you utilizing the ideas as you presently do, and then scaling up to tap into the infinite potentiality of the Tao, if you don't stop at the personal level, but you keep scaling up and up and up beyond humanity, beyond all limits, scale it up to the universal level, to the level of universal intelligence or universal awareness, then there you have it. You now have a picture, a conception of the Tao in your mind. And the reason why you're able to do that is because you are a copy, a microscopic copy compared to the cosmic vastness of the Tao, but you are a mirror of the Tao at the personal level. So let us continue to reflect on this with another thought. Some thoughts about the Tao. You and I are not the first to observe the Tao and come up with these thoughts. These are the same ideas that have been contemplated throughout history and in many different fields. So let me provide some examples. Here is an example from philosophy. Nothing is no thing, a form, a process, ever moving. It is the void. The void is all-inclusive, having no opposites. There is nothing it opposes. It is living void because all forms come out of it. So that is remarkably profound philosophy. It is actually the philosophy of a noted martial artist who combines Eastern philosophy with his study of Kung Fu. Then, what about science? So in physics, here is what has been said by a well-noted physicist. The emptiness of the Tao can be compared to the quantum field of subatomic physics. The creation of the Tao can be compared to subatomic particles spontaneously moving in and out of existence. So, actual scientist, actual physicist, the quote coming from the book, The Tao of Physics. The well-noted martial artist is none other than Bruce Lee. So the point to be made here is that in all these divergent fields, people whose work seem unconnected are actually connected intricately in the Tao at the most fundamental level, and therefore come up with the same realization. Our meeting has come to an end, but the journey continues on. Until next time, may the Tao fill you with peace and happiness.